Inside the crumbling fortress, the air was thick with tension. Ashley, Alex, Karina, and Beta crouched behind a collapsed wall, their eyes locked on the Black Dawn operatives, frantically digging through the rubble in the center of the room. The muted sounds of their shovels and urgent whispers carried through the dark space, filling the team with anticipation. Ashley gave a final glance at her team, signaling it was time to strike. Alex and Karina were ready, their bodies tense with focus while Beta stayed crouched, her ears perked and eyes fixed on the enemy. Desera, stationed above them on the cliff, had her sniper rifle at the ready, prepared to cover them from above. Into her comms, Ashley whispered, "We move on my mark. Take them out quickly and quietly. No one leaves this room alive." Alex gave a curt nod, her fingers tightening around her dagger. "I'm ready." Karina's grip on her katana was firm, her expression resolute. "Let's finish this." Ashley steadied her breath and counted down. 3, 2, 1, now. The team moved with the precision of a well-oiled machine, slipping from their hiding spot and advancing on the unsuspecting operatives. Ashley and Beta took the left flank, while Alex and Karina darted to the right, their movements as silent as the shadows they used for cover. The first operative never saw Ashley coming. In one swift motion, her dagger found its mark and he collapsed without a sound. Beta pounced on the next, her powerful jaws clamping down on his arm before he could react, dragging him down. On the right, Karina's katana sliced through the air with deadly precision, dropping 2 operatives before they could draw their weapons. Alex was close behind, her dagger flashing as she dispatched the last one with a quick, clean strike. Desera watched from her perch above, her scope trained on the surrounding area, ensuring no reinforcements were on their way. Her breath remained steady, eyes sharp for any threats. The room fell silent. The only sound was the team's steady breathing, adrenaline still coursing through their veins as they surveyed the aftermath. Ashley motioned for them to regroup at the pile of rubble, their target now in sight. "Good work, everyone," she said, her voice low but filled with resolve. "Let's see what they were after." The team gathered around the debris. Alex knelt, brushing aside stones and dirt to reveal a hidden metal hatch embedded in the floor. She frowned as her fingers traced its outline. "Looks like they were trying to open this. Whatever's down there, they didn't want anyone to find it." Karina stepped closer, her eyes scanning the hatch for traps. "Could be dangerous, stay sharp." Ashley crouched down, inspecting the hatch. "It's locked, but it doesn't look booby-trapped. We need to see what's inside." Desera's voice came through the comms. "I'll keep overwatch. If anyone else shows up, I'll handle it." With a nod of acknowledgement, Ashley gripped the handle of the hatch. Beta sniffed the air around them, letting out a low growl. Something about the scent from below made her uneasy. Ashley glanced at her, then back at the team. "Be ready for anything. On 3, 1, 2, 3. With a powerful yank, Ashley wrenched the hatch open. A gust of cold, musty air rushed up from the dark tunnel below, carrying with it the stench of decay and something darker, something unnatural. Karina shone her flashlight down the hole, revealing a steep set of stone stairs leading deep into the earth. "Looks like it goes a long way down." Alex pulled out her sidearm, her face set in determination. "Whatever it is, we can't leave it down there for Black Dawn. We need to secure it." Ashley nodded, turning to Desera. "We're going down. Keep us covered from up here." "Copy that," Desera replied, her voice steady. "Stay safe." The team began their descent into the tunnel, their flashlights casting eerie beams of light across the stone walls. The air grew colder and heavier as they descended, the stench of rot growing more intense with each step. Beta moved ahead of them, her hackles raised as she sniffed the air, ever vigilant. At the bottom of the stairs, they found a large wooden door covered in glowing symbols, demonic runes etched into the wood, pulsing faintly in the dark. Alex's hand hovered over her weapon, her voice barely above a whisper. This isn't good. These runes, they're ancient. This is serious dark magic. Karina held her katana at the ready. We've come this far. We can't turn back now. Ashley gave a nod, her voice filled with quiet determination. Let's see what's inside. Stay sharp. With a deep breath, Alex pushed open the door, its creaking echoing ominously in the chamber beyond. The room they stepped into was vast and circular, its walls covered in more glowing runes. In the center of the chamber stood a stone pedestal, and resting atop it was a twisted black orb that radiated an ominous, pulsating energy. Ashley approached cautiously, the hair on the back of her neck standing on end. This is it. This is what they were looking for. The malevolent energy emanating from the orb filled the room, sending chills down their spines. Karina studied it warily. That thing's dangerous. It's filled with dark magic. Alex took a step closer, drawn to the object despite herself. We need to contain it. If Black Dawn gets their hands on this... Don't touch it, Ashley warned, pulling Alex back just as her fingers hovered over the orb. We don't know what kind of power it holds. Beta let out a low growl, her body tense, sensing the orb's malevolent force. The dark energy swirled ominously, as if the artifact itself was alive, aware of their presence. Carefully, Alex retrieved a containment bag from her pack. I've got it. We'll seal it in here. She placed the orb inside the bag, which hissed softly as it sealed itself, the dark energy contained but still faintly pulsing. Ashley let out a breath, her voice taut with urgency. Good. Now, let's get out of here. Desera's voice crackled through the comms. Heads up, team. I've got movement topside. More Black Dawn operatives are closing in fast. Ashley's heart raced. We're coming up. Be ready. The team turned and bolted back up the stairs, their footfalls echoing through the narrow tunnel. Beta led the way, her senses on high alert, guiding them through the darkness. The faint sounds of Black Dawn operatives shouting orders reached their ears as they neared the surface. Desera's sniper rifle rang out as they burst through the hatch, her shots picking off Black Dawn soldiers as they poured into the fortress. Move! We've got to go. Ashley, Karina, and Alex sprinted toward their electric dirt bikes, the sound of enemy fire growing louder behind them. Beta stayed close to Ashley, growling at the operatives pursuing them. Desera fired another shot, taking down a soldier before leaping onto her own bike. Let's get out of here before we're overrun! The team gunned their bikes and sped off into the forest, the trees blurring past them as they raced away from the fortress. The orb was secure, but they all knew the real danger was just beginning. As they rode, Desera glanced over her shoulder at the fading silhouette of the fortress. We've got the artifact. Now, let's figure out what the hell it is, and how to destroy it. The jet hummed softly as it soared through the night sky, its interior lights dimmed to a low glow. The atmosphere inside was tense, yet focused, as the team gathered around the digital display table. Resting at the center of the table, sealed in a special containment bag, was the dark orb they had retrieved from the fortress. Its ominous energy seemed to fill the room, casting an uneasy aura over everyone. Ashley stood at the head of the table, her eyes fixed on the orb. We need to figure out what this thing is, and fast. Black Dawn was desperate to get their hands on it, which means it's not good news for us. Alex stepped forward, setting up a set of high-tech scanning tools. I'll run a full analysis. With the equipment we've got here, we should be able to get some answers. Karina leaned against the wall, her katana resting nearby. Her gaze never wavered from the orb as she spoke. Whatever this thing is, it's giving off serious dark vibes. Be careful, Alex. We don't know what it's capable of. From her post at the front of the jet, Desera kept her sniper rifle within reach, scanning the skies for any sign they were being followed. I'll make sure the skies stay clear. Just say the word if you need backup. Alex nodded, beginning her work as she carefully placed the containment bag on the table. Inside, the orb pulsed faintly with dark energy, as if it were alive, struggling to break free. Ashley's jaw tightened as she watched the scanning process begin. What are we looking at, Alex? Could this be some kind of weapon? Alex typed commands into the scanner, her fingers moving swiftly across the controls. Maybe, but I think it's worse. This thing is giving off a unique energy signature, both electromagnetic and something else. Something darker. The holographic display above the table flickered to life, showing a series of complex readouts and data streams. The team stared at the projections in silence, waiting for answers. Beta, sitting beside Ashley, sensed the rising tension in the room. She growled softly, her amber eyes fixed on the orb, instinctively wary of its dangerous presence. A soft beep from the scanner cut through the silence, and Alex's brow furrowed as she examined the data. There it is. This thing is emitting dark energy. And there's something else. I'm picking up traces of demonic magic. Karina's expression hardened. Demonic magic, that's a bad sign. Ashley crossed her arms, her voice steady but grim. We've seen Black Dawn dabbling in dark forces before, but if they're messing with demonic magic, it means they're taking things to a new level. Alex leaned in closer to the display, her mind racing as she processed the data. There's more. These readings. This orb isn't just a source of dark energy. It's an artifact, and it's ancient. It's been infused with dark magic. Strong magic. The weight of Alex's words settled over the group, each of them understanding the dangerous potential of the object they had brought aboard the jet. Ashley's gaze remained locked on the orb, her voice low. If this thing is linked to demonic magic, then Black Dawn might be planning to use it to summon something. Maybe even someone. Karina gripped the hilt of her katana. We can't let that happen. If they succeed, it could unleash something we can't stop. Alex adjusted the scanner's settings, initiating a deeper analysis. I'm going to dig deeper, see if we can figure out its origin or its intended use. The holographic display shifted, revealing a more detailed look inside the orb. The complex magical structure became visible, a tangled web of dark symbols and glowing runes. The energy in the room seemed to grow heavier, the air thickening with a palpable sense of foreboding. Beta's growl grew louder, her fur standing on end as the orb's dark energy pulsed stronger. Ashley placed a hand on Beta's back, trying to calm her. Easy, Beta. We're going to figure this out. Suddenly the scanner beeped rapidly, and Alex's eyes widened as new information appeared on the screen. This isn't just an artifact. It's a key. Ashley frowned, her confusion mirrored in the eyes of her teammates. A key? A key to what? Alex's fingers moved quickly across the controls as she studied the data. These runes, they're ancient. Older than anything I've seen before. They're connected to some kind of portal magic. This artifact, it's a key to another realm. The realization hit them like a wave. Karina's voice was tense. Another realm? You mean the demonic realm? Alex nodded, her face pale but focused. Yeah, this artifact could be used to open a portal to the demonic realm. If Black Dawn gets hold of it, they could use it to bring demons into our world. The gravity of the situation settled over the team. Ashley's hands clenched into fists. We can't let that happen. We need to get this to Eliana Vale. She'll know how to deal with it. Desera's voice crackled through the comms. Copy that. We're approaching the training facility. Let's get this thing secured, then figure out how to get it to Eliana. Alex carefully sealed the orb in its containment bag once more, ensuring it was tightly secured. We can't let our guard down. If Black Dawn was this desperate to get it, they'll come after us. Ashley's expression hardened with resolve. Then we'll be ready. We're not letting this fall back into their hands. The jet descended toward the training facility, its sleek black form gliding silently through the night. Inside, the team remained vigilant, knowing that the stakes had just risen dramatically. They had the artifact, but now came the even more difficult task of protecting it and figuring out how to stop Black Dawn's plan. As the jet touched down, the team prepared for what lay ahead. They knew that this battle was far from over, and that the artifact in their possession could be the key to either saving or dooming their world. The air inside the training facility was thick with tension. The team gathered around the digital display table where the dark orb sat securely contained. After their discovery that the artifact could open a portal to the realm of the Demon King, ultranacious Eternus, they knew they had no time to waste. Ashley clutched the talisman Eliana Vale had given her, an intricately carved stone that faintly glowed with soft blue light, preparing to summon the elf mage. Ashley looked around at her teammates, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. "We need Eliana's help with this. She's the only one who can keep this thing out of Black Dawn's hands. Everyone be ready. She might arrive quickly." Alex secured the containment bag around the orb, casting a wary glance at the dark object. "It's ready. Let's just hope Eliana can do something about it." Desera stood near the window, her sniper rifle slung across her back, her eyes scanning the perimeter. "I'll keep an eye out for any trouble just in case." Karina and Beta stayed close, both tense and alert. Beta's sharp instincts told her that something dangerous was near, and she kept a vigilant eye on the orb. Ashley closed her eyes and whispered the words in Elvish that Eliana had taught her. The talisman in her hand began to glow brighter, filling the room with a soft hum. The energy in the air shifted, growing stronger with each passing second. A moment later, a swirling portal of blue and silver light appeared in the center of the room. Wind gusted through the facility, and the team shielded their eyes as a tall, graceful figure stepped through the shimmering light. Eliana Vale emerged from the portal, her silver hair flowing like a waterfall behind her, her deep blue eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. Her elegant robes rippled as she carried her wooden staff, which was topped with a radiant crystal. Her very presence calmed the room, infusing the air with magic and serenity. Ashley lowered her hand, the talisman dimming as Eliana approached. "Thank you for coming so quickly, Eliana." Eliana inclined her head, her voice soft but serious. "Of course, Ashley. When I felt your call, I knew it was urgent. What have you discovered?" Ashley gestured toward the table, where the containment bag held the orb. "We found this at the fortress. We think Black Dawn was after it, but we don't know exactly what it is. Can you help?" Eliana stepped closer, her eyes narrowing as she examined the orb through the bag. She extended her hand, hovering it above the orb, and closed her eyes. Magic flowed from her fingertips, shimmering softly in the air. She muttered words in a language unknown to the team, her expression growing more serious with each second. After a tense few minutes, Eliana opened her eyes, her face grim. "This artifact is no mere object. It is a key, specifically, a key to ultranacious Eternus, the Demon King's realm." Alex's eyes widened. "The Demon King? The one who led Black Dawn? So this thing could open a portal to his realm?" Eliana nodded, her tone heavy. "Yes. The dark magic infused within this orb is tied to his essence. It was created to open a gateway to his domain, allowing him and his followers to enter your world." Desera's fists clenched. "So that's what they were after. They wanted to bring the Demon King back." Ashley's voice was urgent. "Can we destroy it? If we destroy the key, can we stop them from ever opening that portal?" Eliana sighed, shaking her head slowly. "It is not that simple. The magic binding this artifact is ancient and formidable. To destroy it would require severing its connection to the Demon King himself, a task that demands great power and knowledge, which I do not possess alone." Karina frowned, her brow furrowed in thought. "So what do we do? How do we stop Black Dawn from getting their hands on this thing?" Eliana stood taller, her expression resolute. "The orb must be taken to a place of safety, somewhere it cannot be reached by Black Dawn or any dark forces. I can create a portal to Alfheim, where my people will guard it and ensure it is never used for evil. Alex looked at the orb with concern. Can we really trust it to stay safe there? I mean, if it's this dangerous, is there any chance it could still be used, even in Alfheim? Eliana smiled softly, her confidence unwavering. Alfheim is a realm of light, protected by ancient magic and powerful guardians. The orb's dark energy will be contained, and we will ensure that no one can ever use it to open the portal. Desera tightened the strap on her sniper rifle. All right, let's get this thing to Alfheim then. But before they could prepare for the journey, Ashley raised her hand. Wait, no. Eliana, we need to strengthen our defenses here and wait for Gunnar to return. We can't leave the training facility vulnerable with Black Dawn still out there. Eliana nodded in understanding. Very well. I will take the artifact to Alfheim alone, and you can remain here to fortify your defenses. You are wise to protect your stronghold. Ashley handed the containment bag with the orb to Eliana, her expression serious. We're trusting you to keep it safe. We'll hold down the fort until Gunnar gets back. Eliana smiled, accepting the artifact. Rest assured, it will be safe in Alfheim. My people will guard it well. As Eliana raised her staff, the crystal at its tip glowed brightly, and another portal began to form, a gateway to the elven realm of Alfheim. The team watched as the lush green forest beyond the portal shimmered into view, filled with towering trees and glowing flowers. Eliana stepped toward the portal, her voice calm and reassuring. Focus on your defenses and trust in the strength of your team. I will return when the time is right. With that, Eliana stepped through the portal, taking the dark orb with her. The portal shimmered for a moment before closing, leaving the room in silence. Ashley exhaled slowly, turning to the team. All right, everyone. We need to focus on strengthening the facility. Desera, coordinate with the recruits and set up a perimeter. Alex, work on improving our tech defenses. Karina, you and Beta will lead the training for combat readiness. The team nodded in agreement, each member moving to carry out their tasks. As they began their preparations, a message came through their secure comms. Desera's eyes widened as she listened to the incoming transmission. It's Gunnar. He's on his way back. Ashley's face lit up with relief. Finally. The team exchanged glances, knowing that Gunnar's return meant they would soon have the leadership and strength they needed to face Black Dawn head-on. With Eliana safely securing the artifact in Alfheim and Gunnar's return imminent, the team prepared for the next phase of their fight. They knew the road ahead would be difficult, but they were ready to face whatever challenges came their way, together.